Hey guys, we are back for part 2 of the video on creating social justice Werewolf, the 3D comic, and ultimately the story. The story is kind of done as far as the outline and ideas. I just haven't actually written it, but it is very much on the way. And one of the things that I thought we would do is continue on. Well, first off, let me show you the results of the last video. This rendered for about 11 minutes. That particular environment is kind of dynamic with its lighting, and you can see I could have let it render for probably an hour, which I'm going to do shortly here. When I have my clients at 9 o'clock, I'm going to let it render for an hour and see what we can do. But just to give you an insight into what I wound up with as my final image, using the methods that I showed you in the first video, we got this. Now, that was not an easy leap. It's not an easy leap at all by any stretch of the imagination. I wonder if we can do full screen with that, or we gotta see that little, you can see it's pretty high def. I think we do have to see the interface. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yep, we got to see the interface. Yeah. Not bad. Not a bad result. The big difference here is that this could be turned into a video if there was no real significant motion, and it would be almost photoreal and believable. Whereas this, even if it's perfected, it's not, it doesn't understand that I want it to. I want to go back. Can't do it. Can't go back. That sucks. Once you start manipulating. There we go. Obvious problems with this. The background looks pretty good. I think that would work fine, even if I had like a green screen character on the front. I'm not going that route, obviously, but the hair is kind of the giveaway here. And then, of course, just the texture on the shirt, just this the leather texture right here. These are things that bump maps can do, but lots of times are overlooked with 3D. And obviously she didn't have the backpack on, so it's just a better composition overall. I love how the lighting, you can see the windows here. It's just photoreal, guys. The challenge here is that if I have this person shown from any different angle, it has to kind of start with this image and end with this image. So just to show you how I might do that, I'm going to show you just a little trick here. We'll go back to the Higgsfield AI. I'm going to use Nano Banana again, and I'm going to start with this image, right? Okay, here we go. Let's see here. 1 second. Show the woman. Full body from a different angle, ordering her coffee at the bar. I probably would still drive the angles with the poser version. Here's a couple of failed tests. I asked it to just make it live action in the style of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It failed. I don't know why. I could have probably put a reference image here, but I didn't. Having a little tea this morning. I'm going to pull up some things in the background here that I know we're going to look at. I think just because there's a character that does a great transformation from man to wolf called Landon, I think we're probably going to go with a Genesis 8 figure instead of a Genesis 9 for the actual man himself. Now, I know that I'm going to drive the man to either look like me or one of my actor friends. So I'm not super concerned that the comic version look exactly like me. I don't know if it's my stream, but right now my internet is garbage. Let's check out the speed test real quick and see what's going on. Lots of times it'll say I'm fast, but then it'll be something on my end with the land, so forgive that little bit of aggravation. Interesting, while driving that image, I used a character reference, and it just completely came with a totally different style shirt. But I was thinking about this hair, and this shirt is sort of like a gown that this actress wore in a lot of the photographs when I created this model. So that's probably being input there. But you learn these little tricks, you know. Okay, so here we go. There's our girl. And that is absolutely the same character. I could potentially use this to create the backdrop to have the male character walk in. Let's do that actually. So let's go here. We'll download this, and we're gonna just start over essentially. We want to make sure that we are keeping everything. It's just so much faster than creating the renders. It's so much faster, guys. I can't even tell you. When we tell it 16:9, it doesn't always give us exactly 16:9. And there are a few little things, little extra fingers and whatnot, that I would need to fix before this could be final. I'm going to go ahead and save this as the second shot. Into, because I want to show you that we can actually remove the woman and then just have the backdrop. So that is actually 16:9, so it should give me 16:9. Remove the woman with the blue hair. And that'll give us our clean plate. So this is literally, I mean, the inspiration for the coffee shop obviously came from the model in Dad's studio. We'll go back here. We'll turn on one of the lighted cams so you can see what I'm talking about here. Posing camera. Yeah, so this whole bit right here, if you'll look, the signage, that's exactly what we're seeing in this image right here. So that's super cool. Just again, that studio can add specificity to your control, and I think that's a pretty cool thing. So let's get our other image and see what it gives us for the version of that coffee shop without her in it, so I can show my man walking in to that same coffee shop, to that same counter, to establish. And simultaneously, I'm going to pop us over here to character that I know I want to use. So background music down just a little bit, guys. So Landon is wow, my internet is garbage. I probably need to reboot here. This is a great character. See, he's got the transformation face. So this will allow me to kind of get that in-between status that I want for the werewolf character. And I potentially could use a version of me with a beard so that when I start making these kinds of shots right here for the comic, that it's a transformed version of me. Like how the sweat's on there too. All this, it's actually a bundle. So there's a bunch of stuff here. Happy Hauntings bundle. So that is a Genesis 8 and 8.1 character. Okay, that was just part of a different bundle. But anyway, I happen to have everything in that bundle. That's one cool thing that they've updated recently with Daz is that you won't, you'll see, it'll show, if you own 100% of the items in a bundle, it'll show that you own the bundle, even if you didn't buy that particular bundle, because I never did. I just got the Landon Pro bundle when it first came out. God, years ago, guys. Years ago. Very, very versatile character. And ultimately, he goes to this, which is going to be my werewolf. That's going to prompt my werewolf, even though currently my werewolf looks different because AI came up with it. Imagine... let me show you something cool here. Let me just do this. Guys, Landon Werewolf. We'll just leave that like that. I'll go over to Photoshop. You're not going to see my Photoshop at the moment. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just doing a little bit of touch up on this. Okay. Because I want this to be 16:9. Okay. Let's see where we're not there yet, but I am doing all I can do. Select subject. Oh, this is nice. I'm doing the pre-work to have this werewolf in the scene with this girl here. Let's see, blue-haired woman. If this works with removing the girl, I'm gonna have exactly what I need to make the next piece of this. Gosh, our internet is slow. Although it shows perfect, I probably just need to reboot. That's the issue. Gosh, that's super fast, so I don't know why my uploads were as slow as they were. Yeah, definitely a reboot issue, which I'll do before I start this full render. Anyway, because I know I need Landon, I'm gonna go ahead and grab... Oh, by the way, I wanted to show this as well. Message shirt. So our character has to have ally on his shirt. To accomplish this, I'm simply going to use a product called Filter. I think I've already... Nope. So it's actually for Genesis 8 female. Doesn't matter. It's going to accomplish my needs. And this is what you get for spending $50,000 in 20 years at Daz. You have something for everything already. You don't have to buy it. There's also a cap version of this. I'm just going to use the t-shirt because that's kind of how I saw it going down. I potentially could add a black hat to the character. That might be fine. I don't know. But I'm already installing that. And And then I'm going to install Landon, everything for Landon that I know I need. I'm going to go ahead and grab. So Landon 8 for sure we got to have. So we'll go ahead and get into that. Ensnared poses. Definitely going to use that werewolf. Probably getting a lot of stuff here I don't have to have. Don't need Thorn. Pre-release publishing build. Don't need that. I guess because I was PA, I got that. So if I wanted to build anything for it. All right. Hopefully not going to fill up my drive here with this. Let's go back to Higgsfield and see what's going on here. Okay, okay, okay. Woo! Perfect. Okay, so we're going to grab that. Just because I'm excited about what I'm doing, I'm going to put this in this window so you can see. I'm going to go down here, downloads, grab. Okay. Yeah, it's not giving it to me in 16.9, but who cares? Okay, so that's going to be, we're going to update the werewolf guide. Werewolf. And coffee shop. Okay. But you see the workflow definitely does include oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing with a different model just because I'm super chuffed to see where it goes. That looks awesome. Let's see here. Let's go see Dream. Wait a minute. Let's grab this. Torn. Black. T-shirt to the Werewolf that was ally. Turn. His head. I can actually reuse this because it's already change. I don't like that the eyes aren't open, that's all. I could have done that without it even having to get out of this. And I'm just going to grab so this is kind of obviously Daz inspired, but not exactly that Landon Werewolf, you know? That's another kind of cool thing. I think it's cool. Let's see what we get. So good, so good, so good. I don't know why it makes it smaller. It doesn't give you actual 16:9. That's interesting. Unless it's one of these, there's a thing in here called, can't find it now. It's a setting that when you get screenshots from 16:9, it basically makes it look more like this, more wide than the actual 16:9. I don't know if that's happening here or not. Oh, that looks great. It's got a very Rawhead Rex. I don't know if you guys ever saw that sculpture about 80s horror movie about a demon that was unburied. He was buried in a field, and this farmer unburied him, and he comes out, and he's this badass 9-foot tall creature that looks real similar to this, and goes around pissing on priests and defiling churches and stuff, and it's pretty badass. Anyway, it's a really crazy sculpt that got a giant mouth like that. It's perpetually open. It bounced back before really advanced creature effects, but I digress. This is looking pretty good. Looking pretty. Oh man, I actually like the look of this better. But that don't look bad at all. I wanted the cup to be knocked over. And you can actually, just to kind of show you, you can actually edit to get a lot of stuff like that. Let's see if we can make that coffee cup turn over. I just kind of want to see if I can do it actually. All right. Now, we can't really see the front of the counter, but I'm hoping that it gets what I mean from that. Oh, but this one is almost perfect already. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking good. This reaction is just what I was looking for. There's a person that's turned away right there, I guess. It looks a little goofy. I might have to clean that up, but dang, this is pretty close, guys. So we'll go to Photoshop and pull in our favorites. Although that looks like an army t-shirt, which is really cool. That right there is very nearly exactly what I was looking for. And that's kind of the process. You see, this real AI heavy, but we did start it, and there's definitely elements from that FG coffee shop right there. That's pretty cool. Let's see where we're at here. Did exactly what I wanted. He sort of covers up the other. All right. Okay. Now I want to see this scene from a completely different angle. It's like it's got two werewolves it's going with for some reason. That looks pretty great too. More liquidy coffee, like it's actually just happened. And the girls back in this picture, their eyes are too wide. That's crazy. Hilarious. That almost works though. I love the splash right here. Like that is super cool, man. Look at that. I feel like anything's possible with this as far as getting the storyboard angles. Now, flip it around, I can go to this popcorn storyboard generator, which I have even more credits for, and give it my those images to sort of drive it, and then it's going to be, yeah, you got 40 free daily credits for that. That's pretty incredible. It's a great tool. It's not much more than $100 a year, so that's pretty nice. I'll tell you what, we have got a good start on this bad boy this morning. So we got Landon. Gonna go to the splash screen just for a second here and to not bore you guys. I got to do a little bit of prep work here. Okay. PC drive pictures main rear. Okay, cool. And we're going to go to okay. On time. Ooh. Oh, that's useful. We're gonna definitely do that. Take care of that. Sorry, doing a little bit of housekeeping here. My bad. Save me from having to do some manual rework on some lyrics. That's cool. It's crazy when you write lyrics all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna look at something else here. Dash Studio, new folder. I'm making a new runtime so I can build characters and save them individually. Social justice. That makes a product real because I can save my presets. Let's see, new folder. I think it's just people. Let me see. I gotta look at the old structure here. Let's see. All right. To speed things along here, I'm just copying content from another small runtime because it just makes the folders for me. It's a little bit quicker than me doing all that, and I'm not really thinking about it right now so much. Let's see here, Brent, people. You know what? Let me do this. I'll do it different. I'll add a runtime, preferences. You guys can watch this, I guess. Content directory management, closure format, add. Yep. Okay. I'll add that. I'm going to be right back, guys. Freshening up my tea. All right. Sorry for the delay. We are back in business. Okay. And here we are back at the main scene. The scene of the crime. No, now this is difficult. Edit prompt. Let's do the same thing from a different engine. Because, yeah. Let's make it See Dream. Because it did not understand my prompting. Show different colors. Show the scene from behind the werewolf. And show the different customers. We should see the other end of the coffee shop, which is not shown in the reference image. It should have a fireplace and sitting area filled with a few alternative and yuppie looking customers. A little bit more. Hopefully that will help. Like he turned around. Although, you know, if those guys weren't in it, that would be. This girl looks like she's laughing. That's funny. Ah! Okay. Let's pop back over to Dad's studio and see. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to do real quick is add Karen. Okay. Let's see if we have what we need. Yes, we do. Genesis 9. I'm doing a little bit of work off the line here, guys, so you don't have to watch my mess. And we need something called Icon Pro. Hope. We already have that. Cool. All right, we'll go to Studio for a second. So with this character, I've just got a folder here in a library that I set up just now. And I'm just going to save her out so I can delete her and add her character preset, scene subset. Just call it Karen G9. Uncheck everything. It pops up. You guys don't see the pop-up, sorry. I'm going to uncheck everything but Karen herself. I'm going to grab on to this. I'm going to use something called Icon Pro. And we'll just make it use current view. If I want to add, they don't even have Genesis 9 in this, but you know, I could add it. But anyway, just do a little render here so I have nice icons. Man, that just cheers you up having nice icons. I realize this stream is almost over. I'm going to have to end it here in probably about 10 minutes. At the outside, but we may come back for one more episode today. Who knows? So this should just take a second. Meanwhile, okay, we did not get the result we wanted. Yeah, I did not get the result that I wanted there at all. It's trying, but it's, yeah. I've heard other people complain about this difficulty. Let's see here. Let's rethink this. Let's go show opposite side of this including a fireplace and sitting area. Soft sofa, chairs, and a love filled with and really, I mean, I don't know that I could probably create a guide image with Dash Studio, which might be the ticket. I don't know. We are still rendering that icon. Oh, that's rendering the image. No, it says render the icon. Why in the heck would it take so long? All right, we're gonna cancel that because I feel like it shouldn't. Okay, well, it did the render, so there you go. That's what it is. I don't know why it was like, I guess it was trying to do a really super, because of all the diffuse lighting, that was it. But anyway, so what you have here is a nice looking icon. Okay, and now I think I'm gonna just delete her, and I think I can load her right back. She will load right into place. So any cameras that I made for her, which I didn't save the camera, so it's kind of irrelevant, but that should work as well. I'm going to proactively end this so I can start the upload here in probably about another 5 minutes. Hopefully we'll get to see the result on this AI image for the opposite side of the coffee shop. I may have to start from scratch with that and just create it here with Studio and guide it with that, which would work. Okay, that worked fine. So now we can get rid of her, and we could potentially build Landon in this space, which is probably not a bad idea. Although it's going to be faster if we don't do it that way. I like doing it that way because we just have the single. So I turn this off. And let's go here. We should have a lot of Landon stuff. Landon. So Carl for Landon. I'm going to use Carl as the... why is it giving me that weird... I have installed it. I don't know why it's giving me that weird like icon, like it's not fully installed, but it is. So okay. Yeah, daggum it. Did not do what I wanted. So I'm gonna try to use all right. For now we'll skip the Landon stuff. And we're gonna use this to here we go. Here we go. So we're gonna do this. All right. Because I don't really care about the I don't care about so much the place has to have the fireplace and all that. It just has to look like the other end of the room, right? So let's do this. We can just do a little something here, and we'll go lounge cam, create new camera, lounge cam. I'm gonna let this run for like an hour, and it should create a good result. Lounge cam is going to be active. We're not going to have any light on it. Real quick, I'll do a preview. We'll go to lounge cam. We'll run this. And then we'll create the other side of our coffee shop. I could sit here and remove the bar and then flip the image. I bet you that would work. Pretty easily, but I'm gonna try that. Like I have time to do that. this. Download that. Okay. I'm gonna re-up that image. Actually, you know what just occurred to me is we could flip this horizontal. Go ahead and get that out of the way. Save that. Cancel this, load it again. And that's going to give us more or less, hopefully, what we need in that space. I'm going to have to, sorry about the darkness there, guys. I'm going to do 2 versions of this. And we are about to set sail. Yeah. So we will see. Just to pop back over to camera, depth of field, focal length. Perfect. Okay. Just to give you guys insight into what the render is going to look like. That's it right there. I'm just going to call it lounge. I'm going to let that run all the while that we are building this. Yeah. So I'm going to hit render on that. We'll go back here and see if we've had any joy. And then that'll be it for this session. Would love to see that. Would love to see that. The store opens in 2 minutes. I'm supposed to have 2 customers waiting on me, so. We made some great progress for, what, how long did we run this? 50 minutes? Oh, yeah. Once the characters are all established, once I have the figures, the interaction will be easy to prompt. Oh, look at this. Look at this result. That right there totally works. So I don't necessarily have to drive it. I'm going to drive it anyway because I like where it says coffee. But this looks like the opposite end of the coffee shop. So yeah, we are golden. We don't want to see the extras. Ooh, that is giving me massive size. I'm not quite sure why. So, all right, that is definitely going to do it. Now I can show the back of the werewolf here too. All right. Rear lounge. Yeah, that does it. That did what I wanted. Cool. All right, guys. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.